He gave us a signal.
Twitter recommendation of the month. La 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 la.
Here we are. We didn't have an introduction, so we just thought we'd go with Twittery pun-off things. And, well, is that Father Christmas that I see?
Yeah, I thought it'd be Christmas here, but it looks weird because I've got like a white beard and what looks like a black moustache.
Yes, so you only get sort of half of a dyeing kit for Christmas, is that?
Yeah, I think this might have to come off already. So, ho, ho, ho. Happy Christmas, everybody.
And it's Father Pulsar.
You didn't know who that was, did you? Because even though it said Richard in the screen. It's the 29th of December, so we hope everyone's had a great Christmas. It's that weird time, isn't it, between Christmas is over, but we haven't had Hogmanay yet, and what day is it, and am I meant to be at work or not? And
it's the perineum of the festive period.
Yeah. Well, we thought we'd look back over the past year for Lunch Pun. We'd do something different. We'd have a bit of a party, a bit of a knees up. We're in kind of semi-lockdown anyway, so an online show is as probably good as it's going to get, isn't it? But we can make it good. I mean, we're pleased.
Well, it has been as good as it has gotten for the past 20-odd months for the UK Pun-Off, as you well know, Richard.
Yeah. Well, at least on the UK Pun-Off, you get to see people's faces, and on Twitter, that's not what we've had the benefit of this past year on Lunch Pun, but we're going to see some faces tonight. We'll have as many as 11 lunch punners giving performances of some kind of variation. We'll see their faces, some for the first time. It will be amazing. I'm really
hear their voices.
And hear their voices. Indeed, I was thinking about the faces. So what's the weather like in Scotland, Ian?
I don't know. You tell me, Richard.
Oh, I'm in Lapland here. Can't you tell?
Of course, yeah. Obviously very snowy when you are. Well, it's been firing it down all day. I don't know why I just looked at my door there. It was an illusion that I'm looking out of a window. But it's not been the nicest of days today. Yesterday was moderately all right. I was able to step outside. Apart from that, the Christmas decorations come down yesterday.
They come down already?
Come down yesterday, yeah.
Oh, that's quite even before Hogmanay.
Yeah, the cats were playing havoc. It was.
Anyway, I think people are probably here to listen to puns rather than listen to some weather-related banter from Scotland. Have you got a pun for us to kick off the show with? I'm putting.
It's a little story about my granny. She dressed up as a scantily clad sheep in a sports car. She's my pish wearing Anne. There we go. How's about that? Bit of a mashup. It's a mashup, Richard. It's a mashup.
That's an in-joke to start with. Brilliant. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what you call a small spillage from a pen, but I do have an inkling. Had to get that one out, didn't I?
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that soon.
I think we're probably selling ourselves short by trying to give out our puns here. So maybe we should get on one of our first performers as soon as possible. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, someone that knows what they're doing.
Yes, like a comedian, for example.
Yes, indeed.
Who do we have lined up?
Well, let's welcome first performer of this evening. Let's say hello, first of all, to Ben Emmett. How are you doing, Ben?
Hey, it's Mr. Emmett. Hello.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Richard, you look a bit more like a garden gnome than you did Father Christmas.
I didn't realise what the shape of the hat was going to be before I put it on.
Thank God it was red.
So how's your Christmas been?
Putting in some puns for us, Ben?
Yeah, 3 minutes of puns, which is what I know.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, come on, let's get a bit of chat going. I mean, I know we're on the clock a little bit, but how are you, Ben? Let us know.
Good. Yeah, happy Christmas. Had a good Christmas. A bit of a chilled one. Was because we can't really do much else with lockdown impending and other stuff going on. But first sort of real Christmas with our new daughter. She's what, a year and a month now. So last Christmas it didn't really count because she didn't really have any appreciation for it. But now she does, so it's great. And been trying to keep up to date and fit in a bit of comedy in between stuff that's going on as well.
Nice. And you're wearing the same shirt as you did when you appeared on the UK Pun-Off last. Nice to see that Santa hasn't brought you any new apparel for Christmas.
No. He's bought me some
No,
detergent.
it's
That
free.
hasn't been washed.
Anyway, are we ready for some comedy from
Yes.
Ben Emmett? Yes, let's get on with it. Thanks, Ben. Looking forward to hearing this, man.
Cool. Great. So I'll kick off by just sharing something with you guys. So this morning, my wife got out of bed on the wrong side. She's not in a bad mood, but I was woken up by her climbing over me. And she's also asked me today if I can remember our wedding vows. I said, I do. We, between Christmas and New Year, got tickets to go and see the Mary Poppins musical. Let me tell you, the show was great, but the bag search took forever. And as just said, we've got a young daughter, and we were talking about names. And I hate people with long-winded names, so we decided to name her Gail. I've got mixed feelings about paramedics vehicles. Now, my therapist says it's ambivalence, but I'm sure it's pronounced ambulance. There's been a new charity launched to stop small birds freezing in winter. It's called Save the Children. And some of you might have seen a new Matrix film. The new Keanu Reeves Matrix film has been out, and I've been looking into some of his back catalogue. I didn't know that much about the film he did on board a bus, so I had to take a speed awareness course. Also been thinking about the band The White Stripes. Surely they needed another member wearing a different colour just to stand in between them. Now they say those who can teach, but those who can, well, they teach dance. As soon as I walked into a local coffee shop and they got my order wrong, I knew there was trouble brewing. When I worked in a supermarket as a teenager, I was so bad at my job, they told me to go and work in a specific section of the store as punishment. I was put in exile. Shortly after that, I started working at the deed poll office, and then when I joined, I was really keen to make a name for myself. Once threw a boomerang at a ghost. I also should have known it to come back to haunt me. I wanted to try the 5-2 diet as a New Year's resolution, but I'm much taller than that. I also really look up to the people that have been restoring Big Ben. They're working round the clock. Got no time to waste. Everyone always tells me that I've got 2 left feet, so when I eventually get to go on holiday again, I'm going to pack my flop-flops. I once saw a great magic trick that used just a balloon and a feather. It turns out it was a pop-tickle illusion. Personally, I find SpongeBob SquarePants to be quite self-absorbed. This week, I've been listing out facial features using Braille, which led to a few raised eyebrows, I can tell you. And they've only got 1 or 2 more, so you might have heard of the babies that are plotting to overthrow a military leader. Well, they're planning a coochie coochie coup. And I can't stop eating sliced pork and watching American police dramas. It's my hammy vice. So I'll leave you with a bit of advice, just to wrap up. Never make fun of the colourblind. It's like waving a green rag to a bull.
Hey, well done, sir.
That was great stuff,
I'm
Ben.
slightly over my 3, but pushing it.
Oh, no worries. It's quite hard doing it when there's no audience there to kind
No,
of.
you can't tell what pace to go at or
Yeah.
what. But,
I'm sure we're all chuckling in the background.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was definitely some laughing in the background. You could sort of see people sort of chuckling away, without a doubt.
You might recognise something from Lunchpan. I've lifted some of those from entries that I've made into Lunchpan. So
I love the Exile one.
Yes,
I think that was a pun off. That was one I wrote for the pun off. I think, yeah.
I recognise it, yeah.
First,
Well, you can relax now, can't you? That's the advantage of going on first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I can chill out now and relax.
Yeah, and enjoy the rest of the show. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Emmett. Thank
Ben
you.
Emmett. Check him out at Ben Emmett Comedy as well.
Twitter.
Lots
There
of
is
good stuff there. There we go. Thank you very much, Ben. Well, that's a good little start to the show.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I really
We
enjoyed
have
that.
something special coming up next, don't we?
We certainly do. It's a close up of me. Hello. No. No, we get something just a little bit different for the Lunchy. I almost said the For Lunchy McPunface end of year Christmas party. Hello, Claire Oliver.
Hello. Merry
you?
Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Happy
Christmas. Although, does Richard think I'm not allowed to say that anymore since I've taken all my decorations down? Am I still allowed to say that?
I don't know anyone that takes the decorations down that quickly.
New Year's Day. Gone.
New Year's
Get
Day.
him gone.
Yeah.
Not after the Hogmanay I have.
Right. Good.
Yeah, moving on. Who can be bothered doing anything in New Year's Day? Much less bringing down decorations, man.
It's quite therapeutic. It's good for hangovers, actually. Yeah, get it gone.
Organising things and putting them into boxes.
Oh no, just get it gone.
Or is it just
burn it all?
Burn it, yeah. Bonfire night come late stroke early.
Make way for the exercise bike that will be there for a week. And then that'll go
turn
as
into a clothes hanger by the end of January. Yeah.
So what have we got for everyone, Claire, in the show?
Well, we've got a Lunch Pun 2021 Anagram challenge and a dog.
Very excited
the dog as well.
I've set you an anagram challenge, 10 anagrams and a bonus, which is the weirdest anagram I've ever found in my life. So enjoy that. We'll run through them really quick, and then I'll pop them on Twitter, and then I'll pop back in at the end of the show and reveal the results. So if you can keep your answers to yourself, not on Twitter, so that everyone can play the game while we all enjoy the Lunch Pun Christmas party.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Looking forward to it. Well, I would if I wasn't pressing lots of buttons. So are you going to run through the list, or are you just going to fire them on Twitter?
We'll go through the list really quick.
Yeah.
They're all linked. The answers are all linked to news and events of 2021. Okay. To make things a little bit trickier, the answers will not necessarily have the same amount of words as the original anagram. So it's not like for like. So you've got to get your thinking caps on there. For example, shall we give you an example? Rate my pun, 3 words, is an anagram of party menu. 2 words. All right.
Right, I see what
Get
you
the hang
mean.
of that?
Mean.
Okay, so should we go through the 10?
God,
plus the bonus.
So are you putting up some slides at all for these, Ian?
I don't know. Am I, Claire?
Carol? Yes.
Carol?
Next slide, please.
For the conundrums.
Oh, is that not Rach, or has she been cancelled? I don't know. Right, okay, so first one is
starchy armpits.
Ooh.
Remember, all linked to events of 2021. Rough flu.
Right.
This one's cryptic. That mancock. Cryptic.
Okay.
Jibed one. Vain rat. Libel it. Carnivorous. Rife for innuendos. Reboots. Fine loser. And your bonus.
Well, how about the bonus one? They have to go into Lunch Pun and see what the bonus one is. Or we'll just put it up.
Oh. Go on then. Oh, well, you see, the thing is, I don't know who Lunchy McPunface is, so
it's coming from Claire's account, then, isn't it?
Yeah. Claire Ollie.
We can't break the mystery.
All right. Okay. Right. That's the
Presbyterians. So names, things, all 2021 news. Good luck.
And what a year for news.
Indeed.
Well, there was only really one thing in the news, was there not? That was about Presbyterians. Yeah. I don't know. Sorry, I was 17 places at once, and none of them here. Yeah.
None of the capital letters matter, by
Claire,
the
would
way.
you like to leave us
Just
with a
Pun.
Would you like to leave us with a pun, Claire?
Okay, I'll
We
leave
know
you with
each other's thinking.
my Christmas pun. My son gets anxious about the school nativity, so he always plays a sheep. But you can't wrap your kids in cotton wool forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
I might use that in February. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Claire Oliver. And
You're
we'll be
very
back
welcome.
to you later on in the show.
Thank you. Bye, Claire.
So, Richard, have you any idea what any of those might be?
I
anagrams.
was slightly distracted when they were shown, and I'm assuming I'm not going to have much opportunity to look at them while the show's running. But I may review them afterwards.
At a later date, yes. But yeah,
I think,
if you want
I think I knew the one with cock in it. I'm not sure what that says about me, but
yes, indeed, Richard. Come on. Right, yeah. So head over to Lunchy McPunface page, if I'm right in saying that, and those will be on there. Whilst Richard is as frozen as the pigeons outside. Oh no, he's back with us.
You need to go to Claire's page.
It's Claire's page. Okay, sorry.
I believe
So that is that Claire _Ollie? I think.
Yes.
From memory.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you guys should know where it is.
Yeah.
So yeah. Go there, see if you can solve some riddles, some anagrams, and I don't know, is there a prize or is there just happiness emanating your way for getting them? I don't know. It's a party. It's a party game. Come on.
So much happiness, you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, we're doing musical bumps. Just a little second ago, Richard was doing musical statues. It's all a great big party. So yeah, Richard, what's up next on the UK Pun Off? Does Lunchy McPunface end of year Christmas party?
So I'm going to review 2021 for Lunchy McPunface on behalf of Lunchy. Give some stats for you. So here we go. We had a grand total of 224 lunch pun competitions this year. That's because we ran on weekdays and we took August off, so that's why it's not 365. And the grand total number of puns within the lunch hour was 18,724, apparently, most of which were original. Probably. The average was 6.8 puns per person per month, if that means anything. In terms of retweets, although we don't really count retweets towards the scoring, there were 32,000 of them, so about 145 a day. And the most we had in a single day was on Friday, the 4th of June, when we had 310 retweets. So that's very generous of everyone taking part, retweeting everyone's puns. In terms of likes, which is the measure for how we score things, there were just short of 500,000 likes, so about 2,100 a day. And the most on a single day was on Wednesday, 7th of April, when we had 3,161, which just shows there was a lot of people liking a lot of tweets on that day. So thank you for participating. I hope some of these stats are interesting to you. You might be thinking, well, what are the average number of players per day? You're asking me that, aren't you? What about that, Richard? Well, within the lunch hour, we get an average of 84 people participating every day and an average of 26 people playing every day in a month. So we just thank all those people who think of a pun and tweet it day after day. It's hard work writing new stuff. It'd be very easy just to go on Google or something and look up a joke, but where's the fun in that? We like original stuff on Lunch Pun, don't we? So I've just got a stat here about the people that played on the very first day, which was the 4th of January this year, and the very last day, which was 17th of December. And we actually had 13 people who played on both the first and the last day. So let me just list those for you. It included, we had A Shining Wit, we had Alf, we had Call Me Alf Farm, we had Devastated, Gary Miller, James Blake, Flag Hippo, Peter Cole, Richard Somersetter, myself, Stevie Vegas, The Gaul, and Uncle Tog. So thank you for sticking with us all this time. I hope you're still enjoying playing Lunch Pun. So a little bit of a clue there as to who tweeted every single day. We actually had 2 people who managed to tweet every single day through the whole year. One of them was myself. So I'm not going to big myself up about that. The other was Stevie Vegas. So a big cheer to Stevie Vegas for managing to put out 224 different jokes through the course of the year. And there were 2 people that managed to do it every day but one. Hard luck and fat fingers to Gary Miller and to the Gull for 223 tweets, but well done. Now, we didn't quite make 20,000 tweets, which would have been incredibly impressive. So we've got not really an award, but a shout out for the 18,500th tweet, which is about as far as we got. And that was from the Olus at N. Dival. And his pun on the 15th of December was, "My local car spares shop is closing until the 3rd of January. When I asked the owner why so long, he told me he's exhausted." There it is. I didn't even know it's going to be on the screen. Thank you for that. So there's some stats, maybe of interest. You know, basically, a lot of people have been involved and tweeting their jokes this year. And it's been so great every lunchtime to log in and see what people have come up with. So thank you to everyone for that. Now, I think it's probably time, Ian, that we get someone in to do some puns rather than just listening to me droning on about stats. What do you think, Ian? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was just, I
there. That's fantastic.
wasn't sleeping at all. No.
You've saved me.
Oh no, some of those stats are really quite interesting. I love a good stat, me. But yeah, some of those are kind of quite interesting and some great numbers as well. Some fantastic numbers there. Some really impressive stuff. But yeah, we're here for the puns, are we not?
Yeah.
We're here for the puns.
Who have we got next?
We got Pete Hawkins. Would that be right?
Is he there?
If
I'm
it's
here.
not
Hello.
right, then it is
Hello,
now, Pete.
Good evening. How are we?
We're good. So that's what you look and sound like. Hello, Pete.
It wasn't worth waiting for. I'm glad you didn't hold your breath.
Oh, I'm sure that's not the case. So do you have 3 minutes of puns lined up for us, Pete?
I have 3 minutes of very stupid one-liners and other things lined up from about the last 10 years because you've tempted me out of stand-up retirement. I've been doing it for a long time, so I might be a bit rusty, but we'll give it a shot and see how we do.
Brilliant. Looking forward to this.
All right,
Right.
cheers, Pete. Take it away.
Thank you very much. Well, for Christmas one year, my parents gave me an empty cardboard box and tried to convince me it was an Action Man deserter. I'm currently writing a new TV show called Swarfiga. It's a gritty soap. It's often said that you learn from your mistakes, and I now know that you should never moon at a werewolf. Well, if you offered a zombie the chance to be reanimated, he'd bite your hand off. I'm fairly new as a contortionist, but I can already hold my own. In the world of superheroes, my nemesis was Semicircle Man. He was my arch rival. I was chatting up this girl in a bar, and I've got to admit, things were going really nicely until she reached into a handbag and proudly showed me a lump of tarmac that had come from an M25 slip road. I'll be honest, it was a bit of a turn-off. Whenever he went on a picnic with Jesus, he always chose the same bread roll and can of fizzy drink. That's why John was called the baptizer. One of the roadies for the rock band Survivor is a Bangkok native who used to be a Sherpa in the Bernese Alps, or as they called him, the Tie of the Eiger. As Sir Edmund Hillary wobbled near a sharp drop at the summit of Mount Everest, he saw his Sherpa tensing. I've never felt more like a goalkeeper than when I had diarrhea. I just wanted to get to the end of the night with a clean sheet. My new show where I play with myself vigorously in public is really pulling in the crowds. Tennis players are like adult film stars, where the best ones are regularly seeded. Ann Summers are starting a new home delivery service. They're using the slogan, "Pick the slot that works for you." I finally completed the work on making herbs ejaculate, so my time has come. I used to achieve a full-blown erection buying different white wines, but now I just get a semi on. And I'll leave you with this. As a teenager, I loved squeezing spots in the mirror. That could be why I lost my paper round.
And I thought my stuff was filthy. That was great, Pete. That was great, man.
Thank
You should
you.
move to Scotland, yeah. I
Oh,
like
thank
the
you.
bit of a turn off. The bit of a turn off one was my favourite. That was really good.
Yes, that one was one that has survived from my set when I used to do it, because that one went down well.
How long ago was that then?
It was about 10, 11 years ago. I started about the same time as Scott Bennett, who's now just done live at the Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
He and I were doing some of the Spiky Mike's Gong shows for Funhouse Comedy, and obviously Scott and others have kept going, and I've taken the lure of doing local radio, which is much easier to fit around a life. So,
do you want to give a quick plug for that then?
I will
Is it local
indeed.
to anyone?
It's in. I'm based in Peterborough, so if you're in that area, you can get it online. It's PCR FM, Peterborough Community Radio. It's House of Fun, which is on Friday nights, 9 p.m. till midnight. A mix of hand-picked music, half-baked comedy, and appalling presentation is how we put it across. You can follow me on Twitter at PeteHawkins27, or if you like your facts Steve Wright style, but completely made up and nonsensical, have a look at Fictoids1. That's at Fictoids1. Give them a follow over there, and you can just see how ridiculous my brain gets when it's left unattended.
Fantastic.
One,
Thanks for that.
Thank you,
Hopefully
chaps.
someone's in your area and be able to listen to it.
Hopefully so.
You sound so much slicker than me and Ian. You can tell you do radio.
Yes. I've got the face for it. I realised that was a problem with stand-up. I've got the face for radio.
Well,
although is this kind of your outlet? Because I don't imagine you could say half the things that you just said in the last 3 minutes at 11 a.m. in the morning on local radio.
No, I haven't used some of those. Some of those are marked for not for broadcast. So I thought I'll give them an outing tonight and see how they go.
Nice one, Bill. Thank you very much, Pete.
Yeah, lovely to have you
chaps.
on the show, Pete. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Really
And I think we're moving straight into another of our performances, aren't we?
I think we are. Let's welcome to the virtual stage, Kevin Hudson. Hello.
Mr. Hudson,
Hi, guys.
hello.
I'd say
to
happy
see you.
Christmas, but Ian's taken his decks down already, hasn't he? So,
Not much in the
Hogmanay or
background
whatever.
for you either, is there?
sorry?
Not much in the background for you there either.
I got a bit of a paint in there, a couple of skulls.
Yeah, there we go. It's nothing says Father Christmas like a pink and blue skull.
Yeah,
How are you doing then? How's your Christmas?
I'm doing all right. Had the COVIDs just before Christmas, so
Oh,
I got the clear test Christmas Eve. So
Okay.
it worked quite well.
Right.
Meant I
Glad
didn't
you
have to do any of the
survived.
preparation. I just stayed in bed and just let that happen, and got up Christmas Day and carried on.
That's quite good timing then. Well done.
Yeah, well, that's
You're obviously a true comedian. You know how to do the timing thing.
The timing was good.
Yeah. Well, have you got 3 minutes for everybody?
I've got 3 minutes we can do. Yeah, does that
That would
sound
be
all right?
lovely. Can't wait
Yeah.
to hear your wonderful
Grand.
puns, Kevin.
My dulcet brummy tones.
all right. Take it away, Kevin.
Okay, well, my name's Kevin. I'm an accountant, and therefore inherently dull. My mate Chris, on the other hand, he's not an accountant. My mate Chris does something far more exciting, far cooler. My mate Chris actually designs ladies' knitwear. I think of him as kind of a knitwear revolutionary, sort of a crochet Guevara. Back when I lived in Birmingham, I used to share a house with a woman called Claire, and she used to work at the Cadbury's factory. And every night she came home, she smelled really chocolatey. So I called her Chocolatey Claire. Q Alf. That's not actually true. I didn't call her Chocolatey Claire. I used to call her Blind Claire, because the first time I met her, I said, "What's your name?" She said, "Claire without an eye." Went out with a woman who said she worked in boots. Turned out she was a dominatrix. About a year ago, my wife gave me one of her kidneys and one of her sausages and half a pork chop. She can never manage a whole mixed grill. thought my marriage was in trouble recently because my wife kept telling me how much she loved Roger and how Roger always cheered her up when she was feeling miserable. It's okay. Turned out she meant Rioja. One day I came out of the house. I looked one way, nothing but creme brulee. I looked the other way, nothing but strawberry cheesecake. The street was completely deserted. We went on holiday to the Peak District. That was expensive. Next time we're going to the Off-Peak District. But I have booked onto a polar bear safari. It's 3 days, and they guarantee you'll see at least 10 polar bears. That's the bare minimum. Little horses are shy, but big horses are shyer. I went to the Harry Potter pound shop. Everything was £1 each. I don't know if you've seen the next James Bond film when that comes out. Apparently, that with all the goings on with the way money is and everything else, they've had to cut the budget. They're not filming in the Caribbean. They're going to film it in Wolverhampton. And they can't afford expensive actors like Lawrence Fox. So the villain's going to be played by Noddy Holder. Can you imagine it, though? Noddy Holder as Blofeld. Come in, Mr. Bond. I've been expecting you. Did you expect me tomorrow? No, Mr. Bond. I expected you to die. And that's about 3 minutes, I reckon. So there we go.
Yeah.
Can be a good Noddy Holder joke.
It was a very old Noddy Holder joke.
So you managed to get some laughter in the background now. I think Ian's worked out the tech there, so hopefully that's helping. Whereas Ben was playing to complete silence, which is a bit unnerving, I can imagine.
Yeah, it can be. It certainly can be. But yeah, plenty of laughs in there for Kevin. Plenty of laughs for Ben as well when he was on. Don't get complex,
Absolutely.
Ben. We loved your stuff.
Yeah. Sussing it out as we go.
Cool.
Some excellent work there, Kevin. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
No
absolutely.
problem.
Thank you very
can
much
relax.
for coming on, Kevin.
Okay.
And we'll catch you
Anything
later.
you want to plug? Or
Anything you want to plug?
Oh, well, I'm on at the Leicester Comedy Festival in February. I'll probably be seeing you there, Richard, I think.
I think you're in one of my
But
shows.
I've
So I
got
hope so.
yes, I'll be there. But I've got a solo show as well I'm doing at the Leicester Comedy Festival. So
Oh, brilliant.
just get online and find that.
Yeah, check
Yeah,
that out
I'll
without
look
a
out for
doubt.
that.
Looking
Thank
good.
you.
Well, thank you very much, Kevin. And looking forward to seeing some more of your stuff on Lunch Pun in the new year.
Okay, cool.
Happy
Nice to
Christmas.
talk to you.
Right. So there. What's that? Is that our third or fourth one? I don't know. The show's just flying in with pun fun. I think that's our third set that we've had, isn't it?
Yes, set, yeah, because Claire was just giving out administrative details, really. So
But she has funny as well. She's not
I
just.
didn't say she wasn't.
She was just
I
giving
was
out administrative
no
details.
aspersions whatsoever. I'm feeling thirsty for more stats, aren't you? No, maybe we should give. How about a top 10 countdown? How would that go down now?
That would go down from 10 to 1, I should imagine.
It would. It would. Do you have
So
any
what is-
background music for this bit?
I could make it up.
Oh, shall I move straight on to this first one then?
So
I
what
think
is
it's
this?
about- We
So
haven't
what is
given out
this
any
for?
prizes yet either, have we?
Have you got any prizes to give out, Richard?
Well, does UK Punoff have any kind of spare merchandise at all that we could give as a prize for this next one? What do I see before me?
Got coasters. We've got
Coasters.
things that look. Yeah, you can almost see that. It's a car sticker.
Wow.
We've got one
Generosity
fridge
knows no
magnet.
bounds.
One fridge magnet left, but that will. We'll have to be a good one to get that. We'll have to be a good one to get that. But yeah, we could spare a couple of prizes for the UK Pun Off does Lunchy McPunface Lunch Pun Christmas Party End of Year Celebration Countdown Stat Set.
Thank you for your generosity then, because this is a prize then for the person with the most daily wins. Okay, so Lunch Pun starts on 4th of January. We had a winner. Lunch Pun was on 5th of January. We had another winner. So we've totted them all up through the whole year, all 224. And this is your top 10 for who won of the most lunch puns during the year. So there isn't actually 10th place, it's 9th equal. 3 wins for Ivor Badil and Here Comes the Pun.
Very well.
There's no background music, is it? It's just me talking. Okay. In 8th place with 4 wins was Dave Brennan.
Well done, Dave.
In 7th place with 7 wins was Daniel Edison. Well done, Dan.
Daniel.
In 6th place with 8 wins was Claire Ollie, who we've already had on.
She's more than administrative duties, Richard. She was 8th place in the league table.
In 5th place with 10 wins was Nick. Nick. So that's all I've got there. In 4th place with 14 wins was Mr. Paul Eggleston.
Well done, Ball.
In 3rd place, it's me, I'm afraid, with 46 wins. So we'll move swiftly on to 2nd place. The runner-up in 2021 with the most wins. The runner-up was with 52 wins was Alf. So well done, Alf.
Well done,
Which means
Alf.
in 1st place, the winner with some UK pun-off merchandise potentially is Mr. Gareth George with 59 wins.
Well done,
Gareth.
Gareth. A little example of some of his work right there. Just robbed the local snooker club in broad daylight. Took a lot of balls. Look at all those likes, retweets, and quote retweets.
That sounds like
you know
Gareth.
how
Yes.
to make a boy jealous.
We don't have Gareth, do we? Available? He's not on
We don't
hand.
have Gareth available at the moment. No. We could bring in Stevie Vegas. Hi, Stevie. See you later, Stevie. No, but we've not got Gareth available at the moment.
So, well,
Stevie Vegas.
yeah, it'd be nice to hear from Gareth. I don't know if he's around, if he's able to join us, but thank you, Gareth, for all your puns this year and some magnificent wins. To win on 59 days, it's like 2 months worth. Just there's no stopping you.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Has Gareth got the link for the show?
Good question. I think he has by hook or by crook.
Okay, well, someone's trying to get in, so we'll
okay.
put some people out, Richard.
Yeah, boot someone out, like Stevie.
Like Stevie.
How did he get in?
You know what? I might just do that anyway. No, someone has left. So if you're trying to get into the studio, then stop knocking on the door because that's not a studio. Try and come in again because I think we've got one little place. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We've got one place available for Gareth. Come on, Gareth. Or known Stevie will just fire up his mobile phone and enter a second time as well. You'd do that, wouldn't you, Stevie? Yeah, he would. Is he dressed as a bottle of iron brew? I don't know. We'll find out later.
Wouldn't surprise me.
But we're kind of stalling for time here until Gareth comes in. Oh, and just look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
I'll see. Look, I'll tell you what. Let's do another top 10 then.
Let's do another top 10.
We'll see if we can get hold of Gareth.
And who is this?
so
the
the-
most league table points?
Right. So this is okay. So we do a league table. The person who wins a particular lunch pun gets 5 points. The person who's second that day gets 4 points, etc., and that forms a league table throughout the month. Some kind statistician at Lunchy backstage has compiled all the points for the whole year, joined them all together, and produced this top 10. So without further ado, in 10th place was Daniel Edison, who amassed a total of 70 points. In 9th place was Nick with 80 points. In 8th place was Dave Brennan with 120 points. And rather bizarrely, there is no 7th place. There's a 6th equal between Here Comes the Pun and Paul Eggleston, who is the same person. How he managed to get the same points, 136 for both accounts. I don't know how he managed that. In 5th place is Mr. Iron Brew himself, Stevie Vegas, with 144 points. Well done, Mr. Iron Brew. In 4th place was Claire Ollie. We know she's funny. 178 points accumulated by Claire. In 3rd place, I'm sorry, it was me. Not going to talk about myself, but I got 587 points, which means we don't have a 2nd place. We have a joint 1st place between Alf and Gareth again.
Wow.
On 588 points, they beat me by 1 point.
They beat you
How
by
close
one.
was that? So I don't know if we got Alf or we got Gareth.
We've got
but
Alf, we've got
congratulations to both of them.
Gareth. Yeah.
With
Another
their
little example, that's the word, of Gareth's stuff. I can't believe that a panel of judges has named that scene in Psycho as the worst movie scene ever. What a bloody shower. And then one from Alf. I like this one. How about we get Liam Neeson to star in the next Sister Act film? That's a dreadful idea. No offense. None taken.
Brilliant.
I like that one, Alf.
Oh, we got
Hello.
Alf. Hello.
Alf.
Congratulations.
And do we have Gareth? We've got a spinning wheel of death for Gareth. I don't know
All I
if
can
he's
see
on
is a
dial-up or
woolly
something.
circle.
I don't
Bad
know.
internet in Wales.
No,
Yeah, that would go forever. But
Yeah.
Alf.
Wow.
Oh, well, what an achievement! What an achievement!
588 points. Yeah, that is
There you go.
a big score.
Yeah.
What does he get,
Not
Ian? What's the prize? Or does Alf get to
Oh.
choose?
Well, he's got his free advertising in, so is that not prize enough?
Oh, so it is. I've got my own book out.
What is that, Alf? Tell us more.
Oh, well, I've got a book. It's available on Amazon called That's All Jokes, written by my real name, Chris Leeworthy. So you can get that on. Or if you message me on Twitter, I'll send you my advent calendar as well. So
Nice.
I've got tons of these left over, so I need to get rid of some. So anyone wants an advent calendar, let me know.
So they'll be valid for next December, won't they?
No, because I put the day on there.
Oh,
Like an idiot. Like,
we can wait 5 years. And we'll come round
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
I'll be sorted then, though. In 5 years' time, got it sus. Yeah.
You've got the market for it there. Absolutely made. I'm just trying to think, Alf, because you have won a few things on the pun off anyway. Have you not? What merch have you not got?
Oh, I've got a sticker. Not a
Look at
car
the
sticker. Oh, have we got a fridge magnet? Any of they left?
I like to leave Neeson joke, but not that much to give away my last fridge magnet.
I love a car sticker, Ian. That would make my Christmas. Yeah.
Car sticker is on its way to you.
Oh, lovely. Wow. Lovely. Thank you very much.
And
Yeah,
Gareth
absolutely.
will get something. He needs two things, doesn't he? Because he's won twice over.
Oh.
Yeah,
I've
Gareth. Well, how about we all club together and get him a decent internet connection?
He needs it. Fantastic. Well done, Alf. And well
Yeah.
done.
No worries.
Thank
Cheers.
you very much, Alf, and we shall be seeing you later.
In
I
a
think.
bit. Yes.
I don't know.
No worries.
Is that spoilers? I don't know. I think Alf's doing a little turn later, is he not? Is he? I'm sure he is.
Yes. I believe so. I think we've got two more performers, haven't we? One at a time, not at the same time. They're not doing a double act.
No, I just need to find out who it is. Yes, welcome to the virtual stage, Kyle Davis, or at Kyle Comedian.
Wow, hello.
Hello, how are you?
So this is how you look and sound.
Here's how I look.
How
Hey.
you look and you sound.
Yeah,
Do
Fantastic.
you have 3 minutes of puns?
I do indeed. Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic. I should have asked you first. Have you had a good Christmas?
Yes, it's good Christmas.
Yeah, nice and quiet. So, yeah, good Christmas.
The quiet
Nice.
ones are sometimes the best, aren't they? Just a chance to relax. and
No.
chill out.
Yeah.
No, you want a mental Christmas, so mental that you feel compelled to take down your decorations on the 29th. That's the way you want it.
We need something to look forward to. You've taken that away now.
We've got 3 cats, so we didn't even put decorations up.
Oh, yeah. Cats climbing Christmas trees and things. Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster, isn't it?
See, that's the thing. See, when lockdown started, a little story before we go into Kyle's great set. At the start of lockdown, so for last Christmas, we had one kitten, technically a kitten. It was getting to a year old. He's quite placid, and we weren't too bothered about the tree. Then at the start of this year, we got another kitten, just for a little playmate, that sort of thing. And she is crazy. She is like off the wall. And we thought, that Christmas tree is not going to stand a chance. Hence, it's down on the 29th. So yeah, cats and decorations and stuff, it's hit or miss.
Yep.
Anyway, that was
Definitely.
fun.
It could be a catastrophe, couldn't it?
It could be a cat as a trophy. Yeah. He was looking for the
Sorry
trophy of
about
the
that.
little angel. That's all right, as long as you're feline all right. Right, no, I'm stopping this now. Right, so Kyle, can't wait to hear your stuff, man. It's been great stuff on Lunch Pun when I've seen it. So yeah, take it away.
Cool. I thought I'd start with my favourite quote from the book of Genesis. And Gabriel said, "In the beginning, Phil Collins wasn't in the band." I was brought up on an estate. It was a bit cramped, but I did get sleep on the bonnet every night. I got in trouble recently with my family for taking a giant fake model of my father to a party. Apparently, that's a massive faux pas. Hannibal Lecter and Lord Voldemort have moved to the East Midlands. It's become the lesser of two evils. I'm currently writing a horror film where I take the zip from a pair of jeans and it goes around killing people. I'm calling it The Fly. My wife and I took boxing lessons in Philadelphia for our honeymoon. The marriage had a rocky start. I was caught illegally matching dance types up with Pixar films. I knew straight away the jig was up. If Spider-Man bit you, would you become Spider-Man Man? The second largest city in Denmark's appeared in the centre of our road. I can't believe it. Aarhus in the middle of our street. Madness. I won an award as the top recycler in our street. Our neighbours went green with envy. One neighbour tried to drag a sheep across my frozen pond and then lied to me about it. I told him he couldn't pull the wool over my ice. I recently bought a panini press and then burnt all my football stickers. I shot a laser gun in a church. It went pew, pew, pew. We were doing a family quiz and I really wanted to remember the name of Nirvana's second album and the Rolling Stones song where there's a choir at the beginning. Never mind, you can't always get what you want. I remembered the name of my favourite Leonard Cohen song though, Hallelujah. Why is it called Toulouse and not De Toilette? I love people who give me directions. I'd be lost without them. I recently had to escape from the world's first transparent beach. Luckily, the coast was clear. I was a campanologist in purgatory. Hell's bells. And while I was there, I saw another person who looked like me. He was a dead ringer. And I'll leave you with this one. I've been investigating which designer dogs have been imitating roosters. And I know for a fact the cockapoodle do. There you go. Thank you.
Oh, good stuff.
Brilliant. Well done.
Yeah. Thanks. So, yeah.
So do you perform on stage, Kyle? You
Yes.
used to call yourself Kyle Comedian, yes.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to plug or tell us about? Or?
I am in the quarterfinals of the West End Act of the Year at the end of January. So if anyone's in London on the 24th, it's in Fitzrovia. And yeah, I'm on Twitter at Kyle Comedian. So yeah.
Very good. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
How many heats have you had to go through to get to that stage?
Just one, which is good. Okay. Yeah. Ben came, so I see him now as my sort of lucky talisman. So he has to come again. So yeah.
Does he know that yet?
He doesn't. He does now. But no.
Well, he's probably just found out then.
Yeah. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. Well, brilliant stuff again, Kyle. We have some fantastic comedians on doing Lunch Pun, and thanks for joining us on the show.
Oh, no problem at all. Have a good New Year's all.
You too, Kyle. See you soon.
With or without the decorations.
With or without the decorations, yeah. You're giving me jip about sort of not having decorations up, but how many people have come on that have actually had decorations up?
Not that many, actually. Yes, I've tried to make an effort here, and you can't see what's in the background anyway. But there is a Christmas tree behind me, so
yeah,
it's shed half its needles already. But
yeah, and I've just got a big sign behind me. So
It's a sign.
It's best. It's a sign. It's a sign of UK Pun Off. Check it out on Facebook and Twitter
It's
and
a
YouTube.
sign we should get on with the next act.
With the next act, indeed. And I've just said that there's not anyone with Christmas decorations up in the background.
Behold!
That's the way to do it.
There we go. It's almost as if I knew what I was doing and setting it up nicely.
It's the only part of my house that is really half decent to look at, and it's Santa's grotto. So you get what you see.
Very nice. So have you had a good Christmas, Steve?
Well, you know, I'm going to leave that because I'm going to talk about that as part of my set because it's been very disappointing.
Okay.
And what about you guys? All good?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely fantastic. So let me just ask, Richard, what did you put? Tell me something you got for Christmas.
Well, do you know what? I was convinced I wasn't going to get anything for Christmas, but in the end, I was surprised. I got a box of chocolates and a book, which I already have a copy of. Some fingerless gloves because I have a problem with my circulation. And what was it? No, I got something else.
In fairness, I just did ask for.
Oh, this is like generation game, isn't it? Cuddly toy. I'll say cuddly toy. And a toaster, because there's always a toaster.
We must be a fair proportion of the 5 comedy massive, Richard, and not one of us has a 5 accent.
Scottish Comedian of the Year, yeah. I mean, they complained in the whole first half of the final there was not a single Scottish person. So, I don't know what that says about the state of comedy in Scotland, but no comments.
Or indeed Anderson. But anyways,
Yeah,
it's another story. So anyway, Steve, cannot wait to hear what you've got for us. So take it away.
Well, I did say that I had an awful Christmas, and I am going to tell you about that. But I suppose if I'm going to complain, I better put these on. These are my wine glasses. It all started off terribly when I suggested to my wife that actually we should celebrate Christmas backwards. And she said, hell no. And I wanted to make the house beautiful for her. So, you know, she loves those Christmas flowers, poinsettias. So I bought a load of those, planted a load of those that they would grow for. Not a single one of them grew. And you know, it's like at Christmas, you got to go around and check every single bulb individually. And then what happened? She bought me this thing. It's the wrong color. It's the wrong shape. It's not even comfortable. But, you know, don't listen to me. I'm just an armchair critic. And then my mum getting in the act, she gave me a terrible present. She sent me a fight. The only good thing about the fight was that I could choose between Tyson Fury, Barry McGuigan, Amir Khan. It was my selection box. So Christmas has been awful, but I did enjoy the seals, you know. So we just couldn't afford Christmas at all this year because I got a new job and they pay in comic strips. It was peanuts. And I've had a bad run of jobs for a while now. I lost my job as a milliner because apparently I was too clumsy. Sacked at the drop of a hat. And I tried being an English teacher, but I just couldn't handle the existential dread, you know. What if there's no such thing as rhetorical questions? Then I tried maths teaching, and that was even worse. Every time I learned one geometric shape, I completely forgot another. It was like some sort of vicious rhombus triangle. But I'm starting to come good now. I have a new venture. I need somebody to join me on it. It's where I'm taking a twin passenger plane to one of the Polynesian islands. But I do need someone to come in with me because it takes 2 to Tonga. But now that I've started getting into stand-up as a job, I mean, that's really suited me. I've actually become much more woke. In fact, I've changed my pronouns to he. So we all look forward to telly at Christmas, but it was rubbish as well. I know a lot of people have been enjoying Succession, but I didn't watch that. You know, I left that to my children. So I've got one Christmas fact for you to do with deliveries. Do you know that the Greek god Hermes was the god of unspecified times between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m.? Very much. And now we've got, of course, New Year to look forward to, and everyone's banging on about Omicron. Well, that's not what you want to be thinking about. What you want to be thinking about is the new Central American variant, because everyone's going to be up in arms about that. It's the Mexican wave. But before I leave you, I just want to give a big shout out to all those people who attended my self-discovery classes. You know who you are. Thank you very much.
Oh, fantastic. Well done.
That
Well done,
Mexican
Steve.
wave one is a piece of genius.
Your delivery is better than Hermes.
Yeah.
Well,
do you
I'll
know-
take that as a compliment.
Do you know that Hermes is
A lot of room in
also?
here.
Do you know that Hermes
Sorry?
is also the Greek god of thieves and liars? It's not a joke.
Makes a lot of sense.
Bloody Hermes, man. There you go, factual and funny. Welcome to end of year Christmas parties with a glass of water. Oh, yeah.
And thanks for putting up the Christmas tree during the show.
Yeah.
Just to
I've got the
piss
minions
it
are
off.
coming in 5 minutes to get that back down.
Yeah, it's like one of those pop-up tents that you can just.
Do you have anything to?
Actually, this is so dry. If you look at it the wrong way, all the needles will just pop off. It's all.
Do you have anything to plug that you want to tell people about?
No, they can check out my Twitter at Universal Exile, but nothing to sell at the moment. Myself, I mean,
To
DM
sell.
me. I'm cheap.
Yeah.
So that's at Universal Exile.
It's a very memorable handle at Universal Exile. So.
Yeah, I've
Well, thank you.
wondered about that a few times. We've got too many followers to get rid of it now. So, it was actually my name of what I thought I was going to call my moody rock band when I was about 17, and I just pumped that in.
Oh, there's
Got
still
quite
time.
skinny.
So what did you end up calling your punk rock band?
I have musical differences with the world, so I just went solo.
Oh, my God.
In a bus station.
All right.
Well,
Well,
lovely to have you on.
yeah,
I think
thank you
the
very
comedy is
much.
the way forward for you, not the music. Then
No. Thank you very much for having me, folks. Having a lovely night.
Thanks a
lovely
lot,
to see
Steve.
you. Thank you.
Catch you
Bye.
later. Yeah, another little fantastic set. I
That's
thought that
fantastic.
Mexican.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, we should have a regular show. I think there's so many good comedians, but that's for another day, I guess. Do you want some more?
If only there
awards?
was a regular show on Richard that showcased pun comedians, say twice
I
a
can't
month.
think of one. Can you think of one?
I fucking can. It's a
In
UK
fact-
pun off.
In fact, do you want to talk about that now? Because we might have even scheduled something in for that.
All right. Yeah, well,
Haven't we?
why the devil not? No, but I'll take it when I can get it, man. Yeah, UK pun off. For those that are kind of the Lunchy McPun fans and not sure about what the UK pun off is that we're a little kind of collective that puts together now monthly shows. We bring together sort of 4 punsters. We get topics at the start of the week. They can work on those topics and present them on a Sunday, just on sort of round robin. We get winners, we get losers, we get mirth, we get laughter, we get all the rest of it. Viewer participation as well. Best jokes of the night get nice little merchandise. We get stuff on Twitter as well every day before Lunchy McPun. It's themed on what that national day is, like National Chocolate in a Garage Day, whatever it is. We look for those kind of things. But yeah, and we also got an Outpunched show, which is usually in the middle of the month. That is more of a kind of pun slinging type effort, and it's very brutal. Richard has been on UK Pun Off, I think, more than anyone else. If Mr.
According
Vegas'
to Stevie,
calculation-
yes.
According to Stevie, yeah. Can we verify this, Stevie? Oh, he's reading up on. Is it toilet reading? I don't know. Too much iron brew. He's sitting on his toilet now.
I'm reading my book. I'm on the wine,
yeah.
by the way. I've just started the wine. So. Cheers. Go on, UK Pun Off. Get on with it.
But yeah, check out the UK Pun Off on Facebook. That's where all of our shows will be advertised. All of our back catalogue. We've got over 100 shows on there on YouTube, which some of you are watching on just now. Give us a like, give us a share, give us all that good stuff. And I'll give you a little video just to see what the production values are like. Or maybe I shouldn't. I don't know.
It can't be. What is it? It can't be. What did you do, Ray? Oh, shit.
It's the Stay Pun Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, back in the shows are a lot slicker than that. But yeah, join us at the UK Pun Off. And, punsters that are on tonight, would love to have you on. It'd be great fun.
Yeah. Over 100 shows you've done.
Done over 100 shows, yeah.
That's an achievement, isn't it? Well done. Not many people get that far.
No, we barely did at one point.
Well, that's another story again for another day. Music, you had some music on there. That's what we've been missing in this show. But I'm going to do another award. Shall I do another award?
Oh, I'd love another award, Richard.
Yeah.
What's the
so I'm sure people are thinking, okay, we've had stats generally, accumulated stuff, accumulated points, whatever. But what about individual tweets? What was the most liked tweet? I'm sure some of you are asking. So I just got a top 3 for you here. I'm going to call this the No Good at This award. So in third place was Here Comes the Pun, for a joke which received 95 likes during the lunch hour on 22nd of June. And this was the joke. R.I.P. my neighbour, who once told his wife that he was just popping out to get some thread, but actually went to the pub for the day. Gone, but not for cotton. So well done. Here Comes the Pun for getting that third place. And in second place it's again Gareth George, for a joke which received 104 likes on the 12th of July. And it goes like this. I'm in Kyoto for the Anagram World Championships. Turns out it's in Tokyo. You'll do well, Gareth, in Claire's quiz, I'm sure. A bit embarrassing this. I don't know why I'm announcing this, but I actually won the most liked joke. Yeah, here we go. That you can see on the screen. My wife has handed me a one-way ticket to Norfolk. There's no coming back from this.
205 likes, people.
Yeah, during the lunch hour, it got 106, which is the key measure here. I apologise that I'm effectively just giving the prize to myself, but I'd like some UK Pun-Off merchandise.
Well, if you joined in the UK Pun-Off and contributed some jokes, you might have won some. But of course, we'll send you something, Richard.
This is the only way I'm going to get anything. I quite like the look of the coasters.
You fancy a couple of coasters?
A couple of coasters, okay.
A couple of coasters.
Just one for my glass of wine will be enough.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to get it to you by the end of the show. But yeah, it'll be on its way to yourself.
I'm not going to stop drinking just in January. I'm not one of those guys. So. Okay, swiftly moving on, because that was too much about me. I'm sure someone's also thinking, well, who gets the most likes for their tweets? Okay, so this is for the highest average number of likes for their tweets. Does that make sense?
No, but
carry on. Distracted. Okay, so this is another top 10 countdown. The criteria for this, you had to submit a minimum of 10 puns throughout the year, and we've excluded the plagiarists.
Mark Wilsons of the world.
At number 10, Mr. Steve Blair, who we've just seen, coming in at number 10 with 54 likes for each of his tweets. At 9th, it's Here Comes the Pun with 56. In 8th place was Daniel Edison, who got 63 likes per tweet. In 7th place was Claire Ollie, Master Administrator, 64. In 6th place was my good self with 75. In 5th place, it's that Gareth George again, getting 80 likes for each of his tweets. Ooh, getting exciting now. In 4th place, it's that Alf again with 89 likes per tweet. And now the top 3. So in 3rd place was Nick with 96 likes for each of her tweets. The runner-up was Mr. Ivor Badil with with 100 likes per tweet. Which who is the winner? Can we work out who the winner must be from that list? Who have we not mentioned? Well, the person that got the most likes for each of their tweets, 106 likes on average, was Mr. Paul Eggleston.
Oh, very well
So well done, Mr.
Paul.
Paul Eggleston. Do we happen to have him in the background? We got one of his tweets. Would you like to read that out, Ian? Because I'll be out of breath by the time I read one of his tweets.
It's a Damien Harmony special. I hurt my leg earlier. One chap suggested I put a couple of frozen fried prawns on it. Another chap said I should just expose it to the cold mist. You get what you open an icebox. Too scampy knee freezer cloud? Yeah, too many people getting involved. Daft as you like. Absolutely love that. I love that kind of joke. Just
is he around?
No, don't think so.
No, oh, that's a shame. Well, he could get
Paul,
a prize,
if you want
couldn't
to
he?
come on, then
yeah. If you're around, Paul, we'd love to give you some merchandise.
Would, but if you don't appear, then you can't get it. Is that the rule, Richard? And I'm the one that's bah humbug here.
You are a bit bah humbug, aren't you? You've
I'm
given
not
Scotland
bah
a bad
humbug.
name. No decorations, no prizes.
I've given out 2 prizes. How many prizes has Lunchy McPun given out this evening so far?
We're coming to that. Paul is on next, though, isn't he? Is he not doing something?
Paul is on next. Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's have a look. Yes, he is indeed on next. But
what's he going to do?
It's not the kind of interactive sort of thing that we can do. But shall we see what Paul has got for us?
Yeah, let's do that. What's he got?
Tell me your name for the benefit of the tape.
Yes, it's Paul Eggleston.
I'm PC Bad Cop. And I'm PC Even Worse Cop. From AC12, the Anti-Convolution Unit. We're investigating some crimes against the English language. We need to ask you some questions about your whereabouts. Where were you on the 4th of January?
As luck would have it, I've just published my diary. Available now on Amazon, and that should help to jog my memory. Now let's see. The 4th of January. Oh, looks like I went to a party that day. Hannibal Lecter's birthday party. I met some really fun people dressed as volcano monsters, and Hannibal's uncle's wife who enjoys nocturnal winter sports. I made him a cake. He ate a sliver with some lava beings and a night ski auntie.
How about the 7th of January?
Let me check for you. Yes. We finally moved into our new home. We're renting a house from the matron at the local Ursine hospital, and it's full of inflatable sofas. It doesn't sound great, but it's got all the Bear Nurse air settees.
Right, what about the 16th of January?
Well, let's see, shall we? I was involved in some negotiations that day. Just got off the phone to Cliff Richard. He wants to buy my recording of the Lord of the Rings author describing a brief stroll through a valley in Middle-earth. He's got himself a choir in Tolkien's fleeting walk in Rivendell.
Interesting. What about the 8th of February?
8th of February? I was speaking to you guys. Very impressed with the local police service today. I called for help because I found that bloke from Luther struggling to cover his own head in gift paper. They immediately sent out the Rap Idris Bonce unit.
Ouch! What about the 5th of March?
5th of March? Just back from the vets. He was telling me about how he was singing a Righteous Brothers song whilst he cleaned in between a cat's teeth. The cat thought it was very funny. I said, "You flossed that laughing feline?" But he said it was Unchained Melody.
Dear oh dear, what about the 29th of March?
Looks like I was shopping. I was waiting to buy a sandwich toaster earlier when I saw the greatest martial artist ever to come out of Athens walk past. I didn't know whether to go and get his autograph or proceed with my purchase. I was caught between the Breville and the Greek Bruce Lee.
Right, we've heard enough. You're clearly guilty of these crimes. You're going down. Wait, what are you doing?
I thought you might let me off with a rap on the knuckles. Tough crowd.
Oh, nice, Paul. Nice.
Social services needs to get involved, don't they? Lovely, Paul. Fantastic.
Yeah,
I love that.
Really good stuff there. Some really good stuff. So, what have we got coming up next, Richard?
On the show?
Well, no, just in life in general. Forget the show. What have we got, what have we got
appropriately enough, we've got the most convoluted pun. So this award, and I think the award, well, the prize should be Paul's book. I'm sure he'll willingly give away one of his books, which looks fantastic, I have to say. So we've got 4 examples of convoluted puns, and I think we should start with one of Paul's because he's not going to win the prize, but we couldn't not include Paul in this list. And this is probably the hardest bit of the show. I've got to try and read out 4 convoluted puns in a way that makes sense. Okay, let's just go for it. So the first one from Paul. Can you please not put your James Bond DVD on that gaudy worktop where we always put our takeaway food deliveries? I've just polished it and it's still damp. On our Mad Just Eat sleek wet service? I don't care which film it is. I'm sorry if I didn't do that justice. You're not laughing, so I probably didn't. On the nominations list, embarrassingly, is one for myself, so I'm sure I'm not going to get the prize, but I can understand why I was on the list with this one. Oasis have promised to get me round with Pamela Anderson, Shane McGowan and Susie Quattro to drink liqueurs and moan about the footy on the TV. So someday you will find me in with Pam, Shane, Sue, Pernod, Var on the sky. On the sky.
Sing it, Richard. Sing it.
No. I did say we're missing music on this show. The third one is from John Paul Keats. So Billy Shears couldn't help the ailing Manchester City coach. He had problems with his legs from a visit to Norway, but at least he stopped an injured crustacean from bothering him. Sergeant Pep Oslo knee hurt crab panned. They're better read. These are better read, aren't they? And the fourth example is from Mr. Ian David. I'm sorry, Ian, if I'm going to mash this up, but let's try and do this justice. Last night, I dreamt that some horse-shaped board game pieces were propelling the lead singer of The Police across Adolf Hitler while he stated his opinion about Christmas song lyrics. Chest knights roasting on an opine furor? No, I think it was Silent Night.
But I suppose
who gets the prize?
Well done. Yeah, I suppose that's the kind of the uniqueness, if you like, of the likes of the lunch pun, because there's a lot. I mean, we've had some great comedians on tonight that are able to sort of get across the ones that might not work when they're written down, and conversely, there's ones that might not work when they're said, but work when they're written down. So it's interesting, certainly as a pun writer, which ones sort of work in which sort of different environment. Don't know if you found that yourself.
Yeah.
No.
Well, the thing that strikes me about this is these are original puns. There's no way that any of these could have been done before.
In exactly.
That kind of, so there's some fantastic writing behind these puns. We all know this. It's very difficult writing one-liners, and how people can come up with some of these. I've no idea. How Paul's brain works, I've no idea. But he has a book full of them. Who's going to win the book?
Who's going to win the book?
I think we know the answer, don't we, to this, Ian?
I think we do
Drum
know the
roll,
answer.
who's winning the book?
Drum roll. I think it'd be
It's Mr.
for
Ian David.
Ian David.
Well done, Ian.
Very well done, Ian.
So that was the prize for the most convoluted pun.
It certainly was.
Hopefully,
Very well done,
Paul
Ian,
can
for that.
get hold of Ian's details and forward a book, assuming that Ian wants his book.
Oh, and who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? I would. Seems like a great book.
I'm losing you. I don't know if you're losing me.
You're losing.
The reception's going a bit bad there.
I'm going a bit Norman Collier and everyone. Oh, I don't know. Yes,
Yeah.
no, maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, it is. For me,
Prizes
it's going a
for
bit
anyone that
Norman
gets
Collier.
that
I don't know what
reference.
it's like for everyone else. Yes.
I don't know.
Should we move on to the next thing then? What's
let's-
next?
Is it what? No, it's not that bit. It's the Punders dog.
It's a video.
Is it the video? It's not what it says in my set list thing. But let's go with it.
2021. Well, it's been a great year for Lunch Pun. But as the year draws to a close and we look back, we remember some of the players who are no longer with us. In memoriam, Matthew George left us, and many of us are all too aware of just how many of his alter egos were lost during the course of the year. And so we remember Ken, Jeff, the son of Jeff, the fisherman, Edward Forrest, serial punster, Waiting for Harold, the vintage cars guy, never a very believable persona. So then came all the cross-dress accounts, as in time we also gained and lost Flojo Kid, Sal VT 2020, Holly, no Ivy, and probably Sasami Jade and her own alter ego, Pirate Goth Jade, but who has time to check all these accounts down the labyrinth before they get deleted. And we couldn't mark the end of 2021 without also remembering how he saw off the also so-called Queen of Puns, the hassler of celebrities, the raider of Louise Hunter's Facebook account, Jane Tempker. Bonham Faciat Omnibus. Amen.
There we go. In a room even darker than the one you're in just now, Richard. That's quite the feat. But yeah, we need to remember those people that
I think they've passed on. Let's get another performer on. Let's hear some puns.
Are we getting another performer on?
We are. I hope your running order's the same as mine.
Yeah, because we've missed out a thingy. The Punders dog.
I'm expecting to see someone called Rob.
Yes. Hello, Rob.
Yay!
Hi, guys. Hiya.
Christmas
How you doing?
tree.
Yeah,
Yay.
I've just brought this in. This wasn't here originally, but I heard you complaining that there were no decorations, so I thought just for the sake
Christmas.
of it.
Just for this.
Brilliant.
Very much
I'm glad you made the
appreciated.
effort.
Thank you very
That's
much.
what we need.
Yeah.
And
The
Paul
show's nothing
just-
unless people make an effort.
Yeah, Paul has said, well done to Ian. Sorry to inflict it on you with his book. And Ian said, hell yes to the book. So,
Oh, brilliant.
those two get together.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Two happy people.
So how are we doing, Rob?
Very good, thank you. Yes, yeah. Had a very nice Christmas. I did hear you saying earlier about talking to one another about what your Christmases were like, and there is only one answer. It's like, yeah, quiet. That's the only answer you ever get to that question. Yeah, quiet. It's like before Christmas. The question, are you ready for Christmas? It's yeah, just about. That's it. That's the limit.
It's a stock British answer.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the one question.
A quiet Christmas is a good result, isn't it? There was no
Oh,
tornadoes
absolutely.
passing through. There was no kids throwing stuff at your house or whatever.
Exactly.
The quiet one's a good one.
That's a perfect one. Yeah.
The one Christmas question that we haven't asked, and it's a bit late in the day to start it now, but sod it, we'll start it. Rob, is Die Hard a Christmas film?
No.
No, and that was Rob. Great, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your contribution.
I am very vociferous about this. If you follow me on Facebook, it's every day you'll get a comment that basically declares that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Which, of
course, and I will die on that hill.
Did you just say Facebook?
I did, yeah. I do. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise we weren't allowed to swear. I'm very sorry. Didn't realise there was a language in bugging.
Of course, Die Hard's a Christmas film. Look into the nuances. Unwrapping the present of the big fucking thing Hans Gruber's trying to do, the hats, the theme.
I just can't do it. I tend to watch it around the time of year where we celebrate killing terrorists. That's when I tend to watch it. Yeah.
It's a movie for all occasions. A movie for all occasions.
Yeah.
Right, Rob. Well, we're not here to debate whether Die Hard's a Christmas film or not. We're here to hear some of your fantastic comedy.
You started it.
Excellent. Thank you.
I'll finish it as a Christmas film.
Well, I will get going with me comedy.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Looking forward to it.
I got myself some new bathroom scales. Turns out our bathroom is really heavy. Yeah, who knew? So, as I say, my name's Rob, sometimes referred to as the Silver Fox because of the colour of my hair. And I'll quite happily root through your bins at night. I live in Cirencester, which is quite a rural town in Gloucestershire. It's a lovely little rural area, and I love living in a rural area because the other day I was able to swap a partridge for a pheasant. Complete game changer. We've got a lovely little farmers market in Cirencester, which is great. The other day they had a 2-for-1 offer on, which all sounds great, but I've now got 2 farmers in my freezer I don't know what to do with, which is a bit of a shame. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I did think that my life would be really rosy once I realised my dream of reaching the summit of Everest, but it's just been all downhill from there, which is a shame. But I have achieved a few things. Inspired by Simple Minds, I did manage to deflect a mafia boss's attention away from me and encourage him to carry on eating his toffee. I said to him, "Don, chew, forget about me." One of my hobbies in life is to make a model. I like making models. I recently finished a model Bentley from pieces that I collect from a magazine, a monthly magazine. I got right to the end of it and suddenly realised that I'd missed the issue that had the driver in it, which was a shame, really, because all that time and effort and nothing to show for it. There we go. Why, oh why, oh why can I not spell yo-yo? Now, I've been doing that yo-yo joke for quite some time now. I have tried to drop it, but it just keeps coming back. Got myself some new kitchen scales. Turns out our kitchen, not quite as heavy as our bathroom. But there we go. My mate Barry is 7'4" tall, weighs 23 stone, and is sexually attracted to both men and women. He's a nice guy, by and large. He recently moved into a cottage that had no running water, so I sent him a get well soon card. That was good. My great granddad, he won the best body in the morgue competition. Yeah, which was quite some achievement because he was up against some stiff competition. I recently went for a drink with a Venetian. It was a blind date. When she turned up, she had these massive gloves on. I thought, she's a keeper. The other day, I missed a road sign that said, "Beware, hidden dips." And I crashed my car into a camouflaged lorry full of guacamole. Shame. But I'll leave you with this one final thought. Just think, ladies and gentlemen, Mick Jagger's sofa cover is just a stone's throw away. Thank you very much.
Lovely.
Oh,
Thank you.
Great stuff
Thank you.
there, man. Yeah, that's fantastic, Rob. So, have you anything that you're wanting to plug? Anything anywhere?
Well, yeah. I'm a part of a team. Well, me and another guy who run a thing called Barking Toad Comedy in Cirencester. So we have a venue that we run a gig on a monthly basis. Unfortunately, based on where we are with COVID at the moment, we've had to postpone January's gig, but hopefully from February onwards, we'll be back on track with that. But also another thing that I do with Matt, who's the other guy who's with me, we do a podcast called the Barking Toad Trivial Pursuit Podcast, which is basically a podcast where we take a Trivial Pursuit card and we go away, do some research, and we come back with all sorts of facts and stuff and nonsense and stupidity, and it's really good fun. And that's available on Apple Podcasts, Mixcloud. So if you see that, it's called BTTPP, or the Barking Toad Trivial Pursuit Podcast. So get a chance, have a listen. It's good fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thank you very much for having me on. It's been a great pleasure. And
it's wonderful. Great. Wonderful to see everyone. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rob. We'll see you soon. So yeah, that was some great stuff there with Rob. So if are we ready for the next act? Do you think?
Yes, I think it's about time we got him on. He's obviously been there waiting, champing at the bit in the background, I'm sure.
Viva Stevie Vegas! Viva! Viva Stevie Vegas! Entertains!
Oh, he's nose deep in a book as Mr. Vegas.
He's changed books. It was mine before.
Wow. Spectacular.
How are we, Stevie? Festive
I
cheer?
am doing well. It's good to see you both.
It is good to
Happy
see you.
Christmas.
You're kind of blending into the background somehow.
Yeah, this is live from my parents' room. I'm in Stirling, so we have a full Scotland lineup at the moment.
Yeah, we do.
Let's see how dour we can make it then.
Indeed. Are your Christmas decorations down yet, Stevie?
I don't put any up because I spend my Christmases here. It would be a waste of time.
Waste of time, yeah. And is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I haven't seen it. Only joking. I just wondered what you'd react to. I would like Richard to talk about it for quite a while and then do some more convoluted puns.
That's don't have time. We don't have time, unfortunately. I think the time is running away from us.
Yeah, Richard thought this would be an hour and a quarter. That's the funniest thing I've heard all night.
Well, I didn't realise how much you like to talk, Ian.
Yeah, because you don't watch the pun off unless you're on it. Do you, Richard?
I do watch it. I just can't vote. Anyway, I think we should move on because people have got, I'm
things to do.
Very, very keen to hear what Stevie's got for us.
Well, I misunderstood what the brief was. I thought I was taking over the rap party. So, unfortunately, this is what you got, guys.
Right, take it away, Stevie. Or just freeze on us.
Accountable for analysing ambitious antics, authoring amazing flow with acrobat attack themes, back to breaking bond mocked by functional meaning, blunderbussing, breaching topics, brighten how we're feeling, cracking up and chuckling and clowning all around, changing context comically with callbacks that I found, delight with discovering double meaning, double entendres, tone defeating, entertaining everyone at your exciting shows, evoking ecstasy, encouraging encores. First in at festivals of fate, worse than death. Fusing funny farce and frolics, finish, take a breath. Gesturing for guffaws to get the premise clear. Grins, groans, and giggles are pleasing to the ear. Hypothesizing, hypnotizing, horseplay into history. Humor clears the air, set up creates mystery. Instinctively using innuendo just for fun. Imagining the info to include and give it one. Jubilantly jumping and jotting down your notes. Jostling and juggling with the joyous jokes. Kind-hearted comments keep us kidding all along. Knowledgeable knockabouts can prove the doubters wrong. Lunchy McPunface starts her midday lunch pun. Likes retweets banter. Top 5 greatest disarray. Marvel at my move. The mischief my merriment. Muster to the groove. So there's making merry gent. Nobody said I'm never not nice. Natural, no nightmares. Happy to advise. I'm punning others with one honors of my aim. Lunch pun, this show all about the game. Practicing my punchlines for Punderdome and Pun It. Forming at the pun off 3 times I've won it. Quick steps and quirky quips, these rhymes I'm throwing. Quintessential quotes, quarter century still going. Reviewing rockish ripping, rising with my repartee. Rapidly remembering, rebooting rule of 3. Stevie Vegas spitballing his set list that he's saying. Send-ups, satire, shenanigans he's slaying. Tactically, theatrically transforming, telling tropes. Talking throughout, thankfully, therefore transmitting jokes. Ultimately, unlikely, unique puns are unfound. Understanding unborn jokes requires an ultrasound. Vocalizing verbs and vast visuals at mostest. Vigorously verifying vibes for boastness. Writing verse to form wordplay while working for your vote. Witty costume for today, groovy suit, waistcoat. Ex-appeal examining and axing the distractors. Oxidizing Oxford comma, Stevie's got X Factor. Yielding, yakking, yabbering, yelping yes to yay. Yelling yourself, yearning for your yearns of yesterday. Zoning out the singers for survival of the fittest. Zombifying sound like jokes to finish off this set list.
Sorry, Stevie, you cut out just a little bit into that. Could you do that again for us? Back, Stevie, man, that was fantastic.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Love that. That was amazing, Stevie.
Thank you very much. I'm sure no one has seen that rap before with just slightly different lines for a different show. So we should be all right.
Well, don't test me on it.
Yeah.
It was in Die Hard, the first one, the Christmas film.
That Christmas film, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard's obviously not a...
But when the German baddie did it, it was hands-free. Wouldn't need this notes. And we're off.
And we're off. Right, Stevie, thank you very much. And we shall see you. I don't even think I've asked you. But yeah, we've got another thingy coming up. Outpunched coming up in the middle.
I'll get myself back to England. Yeah,
you get
cool,
yourself back down to England. And we shall see you
best
very
place to
soon, Stevie. The best place to be
date?
is indeed on the UK Pun Off with Outpunched and the UK Pun Off
What
show.
date is
There's no
Outpunched?
doubt about that, Richard. Outpunched, if I was a bit more organised, I would be able to tell
sorry,
you.
I shouldn't have put you on the spot, should I? It's coming up.
It's coming up.
It's
and I
in
can't even
January
give-
sometime.
It's in a. Is anyone updated to Windows 11 yet? Because it's horrible, man. It's the 9th of January.
Okay.
At 7 p.m. GMT. And then we've got a UK Pun Off on 23rd of January. 7 p.m.
Lovely.
PST. But go to UK Pun Off page on Facebook for all upcoming shows. And go to the YouTube page, UK Pun Off, where some of you already are. Check out some of our older shows. Like, subscribe, smash that like button. But all the young YouTubers see. Anyway, Richard, what we got coming up?
So that's the end of the ad break, is it?
Oh, it's not even begun.
Should we do the Punder Dogs?
Let's do the Punder
Dogs. So the Punder Dogs, the idea of this was it was invented to recognise the fact that some people, they haven't got many followers, so they're not going to get many likes necessarily, unless they've got really high quality puns and somehow it kind of catches on. So it's quite hard to get into the points. So we wanted to recognise some of the great jokes written by the Punder Dogs, people with less than 500 followers. Sorry, fewer than 500 followers. So over the course of the year, who were the top three? The top three. So it has to be people that wrote original puns, people that had fewer than 500 followers at the end of the year. The criteria we went for was you had to have tweeted at least 20 puns over the course of the year. That seemed reasonable to me. So without further ado, here are the top three. In third place, we've seen him already tonight. It was Mr. Rob Grace, with an average of 33 likes from his 362 followers, and he tweeted 178 times, which so that's impressive in itself.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Well done, Rob, for coming in third place. In second place, with 35 entries, an average of 35 likes, with 295 followers, it's Mr. Philip Bagman. Whether he got help from Trevor or not, I don't know. In first place, then, and I would like to donate as a prize, instead of the UK pun off, this book here, which is by my good self.
Nice.
A pun ball wizard. First prize, if he would like it, is Martin Billany, because Martin achieved an average of 41.9 likes from his 22 tweets, and he has 449 followers last time I checked. So, Martin, if you're watching, if you'd like the book, here's an example.
Yeah.
Want to read that out, Ian?
Not by the devil not. The author of The Tale of Peter Rabbit was also the first ever person to notice a man who could juggle with 4 pints of Budweiser. Well done, beer trick spotter. Very nice. And as you'll know, 51 likes there from how many followers?
449 as of earlier today.
So pretty impressive kind of stuff.
Fantastic, Martin. And we've had people like Claire and Gareth who've come through the Punter Dogs. They started off with fewer than 500 followers. People saw how good their writing has been, and they're now racing away well over 500 followers because people want to follow them and the great stuff that they're putting out.
And not just for their admin skills either.
Not just for their admin skills. I'm starting to wish I hadn't said that now.
Yes used to be our catchphrase. Now it's admin.
It's not a catchphrase. I kind of, Anyway, talking of Claire, I think she's on next, isn't she, with the results for the anagrams? If Claire's still awake, you're still here. Well done.
Let's
unmute. I
her.
can't hear you though. I think you're on mute.
Yeah.
Is your friendly Christmas admin here?
Hello. I'm so
How may
sorry.
I help? How may I assist?
I'm not asking. You have proven yourself as a Punter Dog graduate.
Graduate. Yeah, I'll take that.
So, how have you enjoyed the show, Claire?
Oh, it's been amazing. Everyone's been amazing.
Really good, yeah.
Really good to see everyone's faces, like you say, and everyone's as good in the flesh as they are on Twitter.
Excellent. It's been good. I bet so. You haven't just been down the pub and come back.
No,
it's been a long show.
No, it's been wicked, and you guys have done amazing. You've done really well. So, for the hosts.
So, how have the people on Twitter been doing with your anagram?
Well, yeah, we've had some declare they think they've got all 10 and the bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. But it was it's not an easy one, given that a lot went on in 2021. We've got a lot to refer back to, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
I still haven't got those starchy armpits, but I've not really had time to think yet.
Starchy armpits. What could that be?
Starchy armpits. I liked that one.
So, how do people get to find out about the answers? Are you announcing them now, or are you tweeting them?
Should we go through them?
Oh,
do you want to go through them now?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? We'll flash up
Go
the
on,
little
then.
things, and you can tell us the answers.
Boom. Okay.
Right. So, what is this?
So, our Prime Minister had starchy armpits over his Christmas party.
Very good.
That very famous Christmas party. The rough flu, which we haven't seen the end of yet, but we did see the end in October of furlough.
Nice.
That Mancock, did anyone?
It's
Ring
Matt.
any bells?
It's Matt, isn't it?
Mr. Hans Face Arse himself, Matt Hancock.
Of course.
Caught disobeying his own rules with, what was her name? Gina Oliver Bonus or something?
I don't even know what her name was. Yeah.
Something like that.
Don't know.
Okay. Jibed one. Back in January, the inauguration of Joe Biden.
Oh gosh, is that his anagram? Brilliant.
Jibed one. Vein Rat. The year dominated by the variant.
Very good.
Libel it, something that Meg and Harry really enjoyed doing, so much so they named their daughter Lilybeth, the anagram of libel it, which was also named after the Queen.
The Queen was not amused though, was she?
She was not amused.
No.
Carnivorous, straight anagram of coronavirus. Who knew?
I like that one.
Yeah, that's good.
Rife at innuendos. The original was full of them. The Friends reunion.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
Reboots. Some say it is, but we know it as the booster.
Of course.
Number 10, your very own Thine Losers in the Euros this year with the 3 Lions.
Right, on to the bonus one.
And the bonus, Presbyterian. She won her freedom after 13 years of her father's rule. Britney Spears.
Wow.
Wow.
Fantastic stuff there.
There you go. Merry
anagrams,
Christmas.
yeah. Merry Christmas, one and all. So, have you got anyone that has legitimately got all 11?
I haven't. Well, some who've said they have. I trust in the honesty.
You mean your
of the
admin
lunch
skills
punners.
aren't up to what we thought they were, Claire?
No, we.
Disappointed us now.
Piss off.
Right, Claire, is Die Hard a Christmas film?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could stay on.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, probably not. Right, yeah. So now you've got all the answers. I don't know. Follow Claire on Twitter. She's got lots of great stuff.
Do you have anything to advertise?
Yeah.
No, I haven't written a book. I feel really inadequate, actually. It's clearly the thing to have done in 2021. I should have made an anagram, but I might do an anagram book. Sod you.
You could have. But I mean, at least you'd be really good at sort of collating it all together and sort of organising the publishers and things like that with your admin skills. So, I mean,
oh dear. Yeah. The thing about a joke, Ian, is
no, I'm
there's
going to
only
keep
so
it
far
going.
you should take it.
No,
I liked it. I like it better than my last nickname. Thanks.
Yeah. What happened in that UK pun-off show? I can't remember what it was now.
Well,
There's
if
something
people
you
would
said,
like,
wasn't it?
if people would like to go back and watch it, it was I don't know. It's on
No,
YouTube.
I'm just asking because I don't want to watch it.
Yes,
You don't
yes.
want-
That was a very good idea.
Yeah,
It'll come
it
back to
became
me
a little bit
eventually.
of a catchphrase. Well, it'll come back to you if you watch the UK pun off that Claire Oliver was on, and I'd be able to tell you which one it was if I had my spreadsheet up. But I'm so dedicated to Lunchy McPunface that
You need some admin.
I do need some admin. Yeah, if only I knew where.
If
to
only
get
we
it.
knew someone who was good at admin.
Only we knew someone who's good at it. Anyway, thank you, Claire.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
See you later. Thank you very much, Claire. There were some great anagrams in there. And as she said, they sort of a good few of them sort of tied in with what the anagram was, which was great.
It's not the sort of thing that immediately comes to mind, but when I saw the cock one, as I say, for some reason I did know that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says, but yeah, no. And Presbyterians is Britney Spears. I
Britney
didn't know
Spears,
that
yeah.
before. And
Apparently so.
It's the sort of thing that could only come in useful in a show like this.
It is indeed. When you're trying to fill minutes and you're already half an hour over the time that you'd set out, it's the kind of thing.
You're cutting out. I don't know if I'm cutting out for people, but maybe
Oh,
now's
it's
a good
probably
time.
just me again. I probably said something filthy and Facebook have pulled it. I don't know. Man. I don't know. So what have we got coming up next, Richard?
So we have 2 more acts to go. Do we have Cat online?
We do. Hello, Cat.
Oh, this ring light's a little bit bright.
Hello.
In my
Hi
pocket.
there.
Hello, you okay?
How's your Christmas been, Cat?
You
Happy
summed it up
Christmas.
there. My Christmas has been cats. I've I've been looking after cats over the holidays because I don't celebrate. My parents don't celebrate Christmas, so I don't go over there. So I'll look after people's cats so they can, and it's been great.
Nice one. So, how many cats have you had?
Oh, well, just for Christmas, I've had 2 each. So I've been going to 2 different houses every day to look after the cats, and it's been worth it. Usually I have I just have one at least once every month I go.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
when people have holidays.
But more importantly, is Die Hard a Christmas film?
Oh.
You know, I don't like to agree with a lot of men, but yes, it is. I hate making man happy. It goes against everything I believe in, but yeah, it is. It's a Christmas film. I watched it the other night, and it's Christmas Eve, the only night that they can do the heist on. So it has to be Christmas in order for the plot to happen. And there's Christmas songs in it, and Alan Rickman's in it, and he's also in Love Actually. So fuck it.
That's all the justification I'll need. But yeah, thanks for that, Kat.
it is.
Richard obviously doesn't think so. But yeah,
unfortunately, the internet's kind of cutting in and out, so I'm really struggling to follow the conversation. But I guess you're talking about Die Hard again,
Yes.
and I've not seen it, so I have no opinion, and therefore Kat should be happy with me because I couldn't give a toss.
Yeah.
Basically, if you want to watch good Christmas film, watch Die Hard. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Die Hard ad nauseam.
Oh, is that right, Ian? Right.
Well, I'm pretending we're not, but what I really want to hear is some of Kat's stuff. She's been a regular in the UK pun-off, pretty much from the get-go. So we want to hear some of the stuff that we've not had to sort of throw at her, and she's got to write down stuff and all that for specific topics. We want to hear the best of Kat Molinari. So take it away.
Okay, guys. So first one is, of course, a period one. Jane Austen. I'm joking. So there's tests that detect the virus through your period. It's a literal flow. It involves a lot of extra red lines. Crudeness, yeah. My hairdresser Robert asked me out, but I already told him I didn't want a bob. I went to him because he's Canadian, so I just assumed that he'd be good at curling. But I suppose that's a sweeping statement. Jokes about curls, they throw me. That's a blanket statement. My bra size is Mel C because it's a spice rack. One Greek god was almost erased from history just for smoking a bit of pot. Zoots. I tried out a joke about Greek legends and boxing that didn't go well. It was a swing and a myth. Any metal fans watching this, hopefully, if not, I'm talking to no one. Why did the metal band Disturbed cancel their concert? They took a COVID test and found they were down with the sickness. You see, not everyone gets that joke at first, but then they're like, oh, ha ha ha. You can get white hot chocolate now. I just don't understand why anyone would have it that hot. Job hunting's a scary process, isn't it? Gives me the CBGBs. What's a band, but also how a Mancunian greets a sibling? Oasis. Once at work, when I was unresponsive on Zoom, my boss told me it's like talking to a bunch of bricks. Probably why he marked me down as AWOL. I can't stop sticking myself to walls lately. I think I have imposter syndrome. I had a wank on a twister mat, but I made my arm numb first. It was right hand blue. My ex left me to join a Roxette tribute band in Kent. It must have been love, but it's Dover now. A girl band from the 80s chased me with knives once. Only thing I had to shield myself with was a bunch of fruit. It was Bananarama. There's a month in France where all the skater boys come out. It's the month of Avril, of course. There's a harrowing alternate ending to Annie where she's adopted by Jehovah's Witnesses. It's a hard knock life. I used to recycle Mexican beer bottles for a living. It was soul destroying. I like my horses like I have my I like my cash machines, no charge. I don't know how long I've got left, by the way, so just feel free to stop me. My mate took Viagra in a library. He got kicked out for not keeping it down. I like to draw pictures of Ned Flanders whenever I'm feeling a bit doodly. I don't like it when folk musicians write angry breakup songs about their ex-girlfriends. It promotes violence against women. There's a baby ballroom dancing competition in the Southwest, Cotswolds. I refused to own up to my partner that I needed to take his advice and go to hospital about my broken toes. In the end, though, I had to admit defeat. The lights in Chinese restaurants are always too bright. They should dim some. I made a hog roast for my niece's birthday party after asking my sister what things she likes. Turns out she didn't say prepper pig. My mate wondered why seagulls kept fighting her, and I told her it's a chip on her shoulder. Okay, I'm nearly done now. My vegan mate served me alternative meat, which I would argue was more new metal. She said, no, you're thinking of corn mince. I'll just do you a couple of really, really filthy ones to finish off. So my ex-girlfriend used to use weed-infused tampons to help with pain and everything. She said that they got her clit a little bit high, which was great for me because I love baked beans. You see, people say that's a dirty joke, but I'd say it was more of a pullback and reveal. Thanks, guys.
Wow. Beautiful.
Get the record for the most number of jokes, I think, there.
Yeah, brilliant stuff, Kat. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, again. So have you got anything coming up? Anything you're wanting to plug?
Nothing coming up as of yet, but I'm in the book that helps Leicester Comedy Festival with its funding. It's called All Puns Blazing, which is funny because I'm all puns and I'm always smoking cigarettes. So yeah, that's something I've done. So that's good.
Yeah,
Nice
it's
one.
brilliant. Just as well we were past the watershed when we put you on, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Don't know what you're on about.
Thank you very much, Kat, for coming on.
Lovely to see you.
Don't see you on Lunchy McPun and also the pun off as well.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys. If I don't see you,
Happy New Year.
Toodaloo. There, the wonderful Kat Molinari there.
I'm sure people are thinking, how long is this show?
Oh, well, we're just at about the halfway mark, so it's not going to be much longer.
I think we might be done by 10, just in case. I mean, is anyone still left?
We've got, one act and one award. No, 2 awards.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Before I forget, Mr. Steve Blair has sent me a message saying he'd like to plug the fact that he has admin skills not as good as Claire's, and therefore would like to say last minute that he'd like to plug at East Nook Pirates Twitter page. So for those of you who are not Scottish, Nook is spelled Neuk. East Nook Pirates Twitter page, and that's got video readings of his children's pirate stories set in Fife. Does it get better than Fife? And there's a Christmas adventure. So for anyone out there with kids or just liking pirates in general, you can go to the East Nook Pirates Twitter page. So
yeah, check
there
that
we
out.
go. Hope you're pleased with that, Steve. I think because time has gone on so much, I've been enjoying myself. I hope people watching have been enjoying themselves. Have you been enjoying yourself, Ian?
I've been having a great time, especially when Ian's backing me up as well. And look at that, a pun infused with it as well.
Oh, give it a rest. I think there should be a rule. You can only talk about Die Hard when you've got Christmas decorations up. We get on our final act.
Why don't we? Why don't we? And it is Alf, one of our winners of an award this season.
Hello.
This season.
Hello.
Right, Alf, Die Hard, Christmas Phil. Yin or
Well,
me?
I'm pretty good with the old anagram, so I actually have found out that Die Hard the movie, right, is actually an anagram of not a Christmas movie. Strange that, isn't it? It's factually correct here. So don't argue with facts, isn't it?
You cannot argue with proof like that at all.
I like
Hope you've had a nice
just
Christmas.
joins everything
Yeah.
together, doesn't it?
That's it. You had a nice Christmas, Ian?
Yeah, I've done a great Christmas. Not been quiet at all. It's been absolutely mental.
Nice
Wouldn't
presents
have it
or anything?
other
Any
way.
nice presents?
Yeah, thank you for asking, Alf, because I asked Richard and he didn't bother reciprocating the question.
No.
I got a nice little Assassin's Creed phone holder thing. I got a little keyboard for my PS5 controller, and I got loads of football shirts. So yeah, fantastic. What about yourself, Alf?
Well, my wife bought me this, which I think she might have got from Claire's Accessories. It's not a real one; it's fake, but it looks the part, doesn't it? So let's put that
Certainly does.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, just a standard Christmas, really. So.
Standard Christmas with Die Hard on in the background. Can he beat it? Can you, Alf? Can he?
So you're not saying quiet Christmas like some of us have been. Standard Christmas.
Standard, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so Alf, you're our last act that's on tonight before we go on to a couple of very exciting end of show awards. So you've been smashing it up when you've been on the UK Pun Off, without a doubt. But I can't wait to hear what you've got for us this evening.
Okay. Right. I think it's only 3 minutes or so, but for those who don't know me, my name is Alf. Hello. Like most people my age, I'm 36. And I've suffered from I've suffered from amnesia for as long as I can remember. What people don't know about me is I was the first man in the UK to get a vajazzle, which is pretty nuts. I've had 3 phone calls today from the lady at B&Q to tell me that the red taps I ordered are now in stock. I think she's got the hots for me. It's been a strange week. My doctor told me that I have to stop taking hallucinogenic drugs, and to make matters worse, now my dog stopped talking to me. So, not a good week. I've had to take the batteries out of my carbon monoxide alarm. It just kept beeping and it gave me a headache. So. I mean, shows have been cancelled, haven't they? A lot of shows have been cancelled. I went to one just before everything stopped. We went to see a faith healer. And it was dreadful. It was so bad. The guy in the wheelchair next to me got up and walked off. Yeah. So what can I tell you about me? I live on a goat farm with my wife. We thought it'd be better to stay together for the kids. Anyway, we're both trying to diet at the moment. We're doing one of these diets. Thankfully, today is actually our cheat day, so it meant I could have pizza for tea, and she slept with a neighbour. So yeah, that's a Gareth joke. She said I could. She was angry with me because I spent all our money on a VAR system. She said I crossed the line. I said we'll see about that. And in the end, she left me because, and I quote, "You keep telling people online everything I say." Just to show you my favourite picture, actually, I've got a nice picture here. This is my favourite picture. Me in the middle there with my good friends David Tennant and Matt Smith. The eagle-eyed amongst you will realise that picture has been doctored. And to be fair, I haven't got a lot else. When I went to school, my school was sponsored by IKEA, so as you can imagine, assembly took ages. We didn't have a lot of money. I remember I had a hand-me-down calculator with no multiplication symbol on it, but times were hard. I skipped maths class so many times I can't even count. And I skipped most of school, to be fair. I wish I'd tried harder at school. I'd give my right liver to be better at biology. To be better at biology, to be fair, yeah. That's all I've got. Enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll hand you back to Ian and Richard. There you go.
Oh, brilliant, Al. Nice stuff, man.
No
nice stuff.
I'm sure you've got something to plug about the Leicester Comedy Festival.
I was just about to say I'm doing a show at the Leicester Comedy Festival, which is half an hour, which I'm sharing with Richard Pulsford, who I'm informed is a one-liner comedian from Scotland who does jokes that aren't like my jokes.
Never heard of
So
him.
hopefully he's good. We'll see. I'm going to be all right, but yeah, well, I can't speak for the other guy, but I'm sure it'll
You've
be.
proven yourself.
Tickets are on sale now. So and how much are they, Richard?
I think it's pay what you want. So
Exactly.
it's like you get a ticket as a kind of golden ticket, and it gets you entry. And then on the way out, we hold a big bucket and say, "Please give some money to pay
And
for
you
our
said
costs."
you said the other day you said ticket sales are going well at the moment. You were quite impressed.
They are. So get your tickets in early before we sell out.
Well, you can.
Did I say the right thing there?
That's about right. Yeah. Also, go and buy my book as well, which is nice. Yeah, there you are.
Talking of which,
I've got one.
Talking of which, is it okay if we give one of these away as the prize for the best lunch pun joke today?
Go on then. Yeah.
Would that be okay?
Well, I entered. So
will this be a bit like the Father Ted episode where they rig it so that?
I love that episode. That was on the other day. But
Thank you for donating a book. Yeah, we'll organise something then. So
nice one. Thank you very much. Ow.
Lovely to have you on. Happy New Year.
Yeah. See you soon, man.
2 hours we've been going.
2 hours we've been going, yes.
Can't believe anyone's still watching after all this time.
Oh, there are plenty of people still watching, 73 of you know who you are.
Right. Well, we better wrap this up, haven't we? We've got one thing left to do, as I've already said, which is so at 12 o'clock today, Lunchy announced a special lunch pun competition lasting for 6 hours, and there it was. The topic was New Year's resolutions. So we have to pick the winner, Ian, which could be difficult. We've got to make this as sleek as we can. So I'll read out some of the ones. I've got my phone here with Twitter up.
Okay.
If I read some out, and you can tell me what you think of them. So,
is there a definite amount that you're going to read, or is it just?
Well, we had probably dozens of entries, but I'm just going to pick some at random. Otherwise,
here for another 2 hours.
People will be losing hope. So, first one: Call me Al Farm. I'm hopeless at keeping New Year's resolutions and have never kept them. This year, mine is to be kind to animals, and I'm hoping to break my duck. Not a response. Okay. Lee O'Connell was next. My New Year's resolution is to resist being pigeonholed. No more Mr. Niche Guy.
Nice. Niche, nice. Yeah.
I've picked out the best ones here, haven't I? The Bard of Cleesby. I'm never ever going to stitch the damaged canvas back of my medieval stringed instruments. That's my New Year's resolution.
I can't believe I like that one.
Paul Thomas Hamer. I've been asked to organise the UN New Year's Eve party. Any resolutions?
Just keep going with them,
man. I've got Joanne, Puns and Julie. 2022 is the year my husband's going to become a naturist. I'm not joining him in his New Year resolution.
You want me to stop here?
I've got. Let's read. Let's do three more.
Okay.
So, Peanut. For 2022, I'll refuse to use epoxy polymer toilets. It's my New Year's resolution.
Yeah, we might have a winner there. What are your next two?
And Bob Mustard. I'm determined to
get to the end of the joke.
It's my near resolution. Sorry for messing that one up.
I think your internet messed that one up. Man.
Okay.
That could have been a great joke.
New Year's resolutions. Better than New Year's Reloaded, but not as good as the original New Year's.
That's the winner. I thought I was looking good. That caught me, that one, man.
You're cutting out for me. I don't know if you're cutting out for everyone else.
Yeah, you cut out on the second last joke. We have been going for 2 hours. Fucking computers will be getting roasting. But that last one, that the Matrix one. That was that got me chuckling. It really did. Not a lot of things get me chuckling. I'm a shoulder chuckler. You know, comedian's worst nightmare.
So what I
might
caught
find
there was the
things funny.
Matrix one. Is that your winner?
Yep, the last one, without a doubt. That's the one that got me laughing. Genuinely fucking big laughing.
Don't know what's going on.
By who? So whose was that? The Matrix one.
We're losing the connection. Matrix one?
Matrix one. Yes, Matrix one. Yeah.
Matrix one. So the winner was Peter Siddle. So Peter Siddle, you win Alf's book. I hope I've heard that correctly, because my internet Wi-Fi was cutting out there. You're just a blank screen. This is a great way to end the show.
Just a black screen. Right, let's get Stevie in. Hey, Stevie.
Hey.
Who can you see out of me and Richard and hear out of me and Richard?
You're absolutely fine. Richard is cutting out.
That's because he hates Die Hard. Thank you very much, Stevie, for the update.
So Richard can hear me. So Stevie can hear me from what I can gather. I think, if I heard right, that Ian has voted for Peter Siddle's joke as the winner.
You didn't.
I think it's probably time to wrap up. If people can hear me, I'd just like to thank everyone who sportingly played Lunch Pun this year. It's been a joy during lockdowns and other hard times that I've been through, and I'm sure others have been through as well. Just to log on at a lunchtime and read some great puns and have a laugh. It's been something to look forward to every day during the week. So thank you for everyone that's contributed. Thanks to everyone that's taken part in this show. So we've had Ben Emmett, Claire, Peter Hawkins, Kevin Hudson, Kyle Davies, Steve Blair, Paul Eggleston, Rob Gray, Steve Vegas, Kat Molinari, and Alf, otherwise known as Chris Leeworthy. And thanks so much to Ian for producing this show with all his experience of hundreds of shows on UK Pun Off. And as I understand it, from what Lunchy has told me,
who knows?
On Tuesday, the 4th of January, which I think should now be known as Lunch Pun Day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm speaking to anyone that's still left that can hear me or see me, but I'd just like to wish you a happy new year. Thank you very much for being part of the show. And I don't know if there's time for chit chat. Is it possible using StreamYard to have a chit chat for the show? Who knows?
Yeah, we could do if your internet wasn't buggered, Richard. I'm sure that'd be great. But yeah, just to echo, Richard's away. Just to echo what Richard said, we're about 2 hours and 6 minutes in, which is longer than a Ian and Love Dev UK Pun Off bonus show when they were going. But yeah, just thanks to everyone that's contributed. Thanks to everyone that's messaged in, who's watched the show. And I think, is it 4th of January? Lunchy McPun is back. UK Pun Off is back on the 9th of January with an Outpunched show. And then again on the 23rd of January with the UK Pun Off. Anyone that's been on the show has contributed. Get in touch with the UK Pun Off. We'd love to have you on. It's been fantastic. So yeah, check out Lunch Pun. Check out UK Pun Off. And from Richard and from myself, Comedy Showbiz Wave. No, Richard, just me. Fucking Die Hard, the Christmas film.